Well, hey guys, welcome back to The Chase. It is 5:30 on Thursday. We're 30 minutes late for getting the episode out, and it's not out yet. Ryan just showed up. Yeah. Ryan just showed up to let me watch it. He had trouble sending it to me. I just got done in the office, seeing patients, not done with the work yet. But on this week's episode, we start out with Xander's hunt. It's the last day of youth season. We went out to the new property, had a really great hunt, and ended up having an encounter with Aries. Didn't quite get it done, but cool hunt nonetheless. And then on Monday, we had this cold front come through, and Ryan and I went down for our first sit on the river bottom. And crazy hunt, awesome hunt, memorable hunt for early October. And ended up having our first encounter with moss for the year. One to remember, certainly. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Well, hey guys, it is Sunday, October 6th. And we have a nice high pressure front moving through. There's no precipitation with it, but pressure is skyrocketing, northwest winds, really windy earlier today, 20-30 miles per hour. We're gonna hunt a plot we haven't hunted yet. Plot in the back where we set a 10-foot redneck. It's an L-shaped Nebraska plot. We're driving a little over an hour today from the house, so Xander's passed out on me back there. But Rye edited our last episode with a little cliffhanger at the end, leaving a little suspense, and it was sort of a joke because on opening day we went out on the home farm and sat in the back plot with that northwest wind and a 20-degree drop and high anticipation for having a good hunt, and we got skunked. We did not see a deer, and then we have not been out since then. I've been getting work done. Should work out, but we're going to learn something today, and that's one of the reasons I want to go sit it, is kind of get a little idea of how the deer use it and see if what I thought was going to happen actually does happen. So anyway, we'll see you guys in the blind. We're almost there. Hey buddy, you hanging in there? Sandman? Fell asleep on me.
Did he?
He just woke up.
Xander, did you fall asleep? Did you fall asleep, dude?
Had to rest up so he could drag that big buck out.
Ready to kill deer?
All right, let's get moving.
You can leave that blue shirt on. Careful, that truck hits back.
This farm.
I do love this farm. Have we heard that sound before? It's so pretty. It really is.
Well, we are all tucked in. Got everything set up. We got the curtains on the blind once we got in here. So that took a little minute, but we set this blind up a couple weeks ago and we're on the new property on this 1.5 acre Nebraska plot. We got the rut greens with cold climate. And we're really in the game on all the deer that we've talked about out here. I mean, they can be anywhere on the farm. It's 190 acres. And I really do want to get some of these older ones out of here just to try to, make more room. It's worked for me in the past as a management strategy to try to keep these young 3-year-olds around. So it's fun that Xander and I get to sit together. The last time we're together in late season, I shot a doe with my bow and he got his buck down his first year. So really good conditions. Hopefully they move well tonight. We got a little over an hour and a half to go. What do you think? You excited to be here? How you gonna shoot, man? You have to pull those sleeves up. Meh. Yes, we did. Well, that was a heck of a sit. I think we ended up seeing 11 bucks in total. A lot of young ones sparring around in the Nebraska plot in front of us, that nice 3-year-old. And then in the cut beans behind us, we ended up having Aries come out and one of those 9-pointers. That's the neighbor's cut field between me and the road, so can't shoot that direction. We had our fingers crossed they'd come over to Nebraska's, but they cut those beans just recently, so a lot of the deer were feeding in Nebraska's for a bit and then hopping the fence and going into those cut beans. Really cool to see Aries on that end of the farm. Really wished he would have jumped the fence and come in. He's a great looking deer, super mature. At 9, I'm not quite sure on if he's 4 or 5. You know, Aries definitely looked more mature, more dominant. All in all, really great night out in the woods. Youth season is officially over, so Ryan and I are going to be turning our attention to our own hunting, and hopefully we can catch up with some of these target bucks here in the near future. What do you think? What do you want to say about your first sit of the year? You had a good time?
Yes.
Skittles were good?
Yes.
Until next time. We'll go out in December.
It's fair game tonight.
First hunt on the river farm. God's looking awesome this year. What do you think that is?
Rain? Would be my guess.
Yes, that's a good guess. I thought you were going to say because I planted it. Oh, burn.
I was here.
How are we always late to this tree?
Because we only hunt it when we're running late. Dorsal blades.
We'll just put a little bit of that in the air. Shoot this bait up. I just heard something. I look, I'm like, oh, you're doing something wrong. I was like, hey, you want to shoot this big doe right here? You're like, oh. Dude, I'm like in the B-roll shot. Come on, dude, go shoot this doe. And she ran to the perfect place. Well, that's a fun way to start a sit. It is Monday, October 7th. Beautiful evening. Nice and cool. The high was like 68 today. We've got a northwest wind going to west-northwest. I worked this morning and then got a bunch of work done. Just tons of projects I'm trying to get caught up on. And Ryan and I were kicking around the idea of going to hang a set on the new piece. I need to get stands hung still out there, just hang a permanent set and hunt it. I've got 3 or 4 trees picked out for sets. But by the time we got everything ready, we said, you know what, let's just go to the river farm and sit the south plot. This is always a great spot. It sets up great for a west-northwest. And it's always good for does. And early season, I like to do doe management. I've got 25 doe tags this year amongst the different farms, and you can't let up on it, you know. Even though we got hit by EHD last year, there's still a ton of deer, as evidenced by our late season hunting last year. And every one of these does has twins. So I'm gonna take those out of here and one down. So see if Fry starts the doe counter again this year like we did 2 years ago. But primary buck I'm looking to see is moss. You know, I've been talking about moss for 3 years. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not 100% sure if I wanna shoot him. I think he'd be a really hard deer to pass. And it's not like this is an area where if I pass him, he's definitely gonna make it. You know, there's definitely hunting pressure, and where he lives, there's definitely people hunting him. He threw little kickers, little splits. He's got the double drop on the right this year. He's kind of splitting the end of the brows into the G4, G2. And part of me really wants to see what he's going to do at 6. I've never killed a drop tine deer, other than Chubb's had a little 1-inch one. So it'd be really cool. He's a great buck. Those brows, that frame, he's just such a cool deer. But I'd be lying if part of me didn't want to see him next year. I think if he comes and teases me at 15, 20 yards with the bow in hand, though, I'm going to have trouble passing him. We shall see. One doe down. We're going to see how many we can get down tonight. She's coming right now. That's all lost, man. Could come out right here, but it's October 7th. Drops off. Dude, my heart is beating through my freaking chest. What? My heart is beating through my chest. He broke one of his drop tines off.
looks good.
Like we got deer walking right behind us. I can't tell where it is.
Is it that big doe group?
trees.
I love it.
It's amazing. Every deer took off and he just stood there.
I love a mature buck just being like, let me assess the situation. He did not move for 5 minutes. He stood there. But, so, to tell you guys what happened. So the wind right now, I just looked at my phone, is 2 miles per hour, which means light and variable. And even though there's kind of a slope behind us, it's weird. Northwest wind in this tree, the last 20 minutes, it tends to drift into the plot. Our ozonics is set up for a northwest. And for those of you, we get questions about how ozonics works. It's gotta be over your set cone where the wind is going. So we had 4 does that worked in right downwind of us, and they never totally freaked out. But a gust right back into the plot, that doe her head whipped up, she stomped, she blew, and I figured, he was on high alert. I don't think he was gonna tolerate much more, so I just decided to shoot this doe right here. He didn't go very far. He watched her fall over, he trotted to the grass, and he stood there, and now he walked towards the pinch. What a night. I mean, we're up to 25 plus, almost all antlerless, and then Moss worked his way in here. I know everybody's gonna think I'm crazy, but I do not think I want to shoot him. I think I want to see what he does. 1 more year, it's a big risk. My goal for years has been to get him to 5, and that's success if you can get these deer to 5. DK was the first buck where I was like, I made a choice. I didn't want to shoot him at 5. It's cool, he grew a little bit, got some heavy mass. Part of me, I just love that deer. He's so cool looking. He broke off his longer drop tine, the one that was farther back. Don't get me wrong, he's a giant. He's a big deer. And just part of owning these farms and over the years of maturing as a hunter, it's like I really want to see what he does at 6. I've got some other bucks that I'm still waiting to show up over here too. That big 10 we filmed late season last year, he moved in here late October last year, and he would be 6 this year. He'd be a better deer to target. I don't know. I'm torn, obviously, you can tell. Maybe I'll change my mind. I'm glad I didn't really have an opportunity at him. He was at 48 yards tonight. I made a joke after I shot that first one that, oh good, she ran over there, it's not gonna bother us. Well, every deer that came out and got to her blood trail walked down her blood trail over there and stood over her staring at her. It's like, she must have been the prom queen or something. I mean, at one point we had 10 deer standing over her. Ryan made a joke, he said, this must be what a deer funeral looks like. I mean, it's crazy. We had 25 plus deer right here and they all kept walking over there. And they were blowing, but the deer wouldn't clear. It was like a soft blow. And everybody was very curious. They were all curious walking over there. I was like, of course, I jinxed myself saying, usually they just walk right by, I don't even care. But tonight, every deer wanted to go over there. And that's where he was headed. Pretty crazy. What a night. October 7th. What a night. I love the rage. Dude, that is a huge. Dude, she is huge.
I mean, that is a... Look at that thing, man.
Well, what an encounter that was. What a beautiful buck. And still kind of tore up about all of it. I'll be curious to see what you guys think about whether I should shoot him or not. It's something I've kind of been pondering ever since Monday. And certainly a cool deer. You heard my explanation and thoughts in the tree. Haven't really made my mind up yet, but drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. I'm asking everybody what they think, just because you can tell I'm tore up about it. But anyway, Bryce says that's not his job. But anyway, looking ahead, it's hot. It's 85 degrees today. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow it's like 88 degrees. I'm not going to be getting out those 2 days. We have a weather change Friday night into Saturday. It's switching out of the north. The high on Saturday is 76, so still pretty warm, but it'll be a 10-degree drop. And a lot of east winds, so I think Saturday's gonna be a little weird. Have to see exactly how it plays out. Sunday, it gets northwest, and that Arctic air gets pushed down. The high on Sunday is 65 or so. And going into Monday, it looks like our first hard frost. Monday night, it's the low is supposed to be 32. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the high is like in the upper 60s. So that little group of days, Sunday through Wednesday, really looks good for this time of year in October. So hopefully if you guys got some time, you can get out. I think deer are really hammering the acorns right now. Some of the red oaks are really dropping. In my front yard, it's crazy. The red oaks are really dropping. I got deer in the front yard every day. So it's not nearly as heavy of a mass crop as last year, but there are pockets of good acorns, and deer seem to be focused on that. Obviously, the crops are coming out. We've got all of my crops out now, and then the green plots are still good. So if you guys can get out, this weather change ought to get them on their feet. Hopefully you guys have some luck, and we'll see you guys next week.